Learning hacking isn't easy for beginners. We have to work hard to find resources and materials to learn how things work. Most of the time we find things on the internet, but it doesn't give us a complete roadmap for what to do next. That's where books come in, because they teach us everything in a detailed sequence, something we often lack online. All right, now let's take a look at some awesome books for ethical hacking. Hacking is the art of creative problem solving. Whether that means finding an unconventional solution to a difficult problem or exploiting holes in sloppy programming. Many people call themselves hackers, but few have the strong technical foundation needed to really push the envelope. Rather than merely showing how to run existing exploits, author John Erickson explains how arcane hacking techniques actually work. To share the art and science of hacking in a way that is accessible to everyone, Hacking, the Art of Exploitation, introduces the fundamentals of C programming from a hacker's perspective. This book also provides a live CD which contains a Linux environment through which we can use the Linux environment without changing anything on our base system. Web applications are the front door to most organizations, exposing them to attacks that may disclose personal information, execute fraudulent transactions, or compromise ordinary users. This practical book has been completely updated and revised to discuss the latest step-by-step techniques for attacking and defending the range of ever-evolving web applications. You'll explore the various new technologies employed in web applications that have appeared since the first edition and review the new attack techniques that have been developed, particularly in relation to the client side. When it comes to creating powerful and effective hacking tools, Python is the language of choice for most security analysts. In Black Hat Python, you'll explore the darker side of Python's capabilities, writing network sniffers, stealing email credentials, brute-forcing directories, crafting mutation fuzzers, infecting virtual machines, creating stealthy Trojans, and more. The second edition of this best-selling hacking book contains code updated for the latest version of Python 3, as well as new techniques that reflect current industry best practices. You'll also find expanded explanations of Python libraries such as ctypes, struct, LXML, and beautiful soup, and dig deeper into strategies, from splitting bytes to leveraging computer vision libraries, that you can apply to future hacking projects. Fortify your network and avert digital catastrophe with proven strategies from a team of security experts. Completely updated and featuring 13 new chapters, Grey Hat Hacking, The Ethical Hacker's Handbook, 5th edition, explains the enemy's current weapons, skills and tactics and offers field-tested remedies, case studies, and ready-to-try testing labs. Find out how hackers gain access, overtake network devices, script and inject malicious code, and plunder web applications and browsers. Android-based exploits, reverse engineering techniques, and cyber law are thoroughly covered in this state-of-the-art resource, and the new topic of exploiting the Internet of Things is introduced in this edition. The author of this book is Kevin Mitnick. Kevin Mitnick was the most elusive computer break-in artist in history. He accessed computers and networks at the world's biggest companies, and however fast the authorities were, Mitnick was faster, sprinting through phone switches, computer systems, and cellular networks. He spent years skipping through cyberspace, always 3 steps ahead and labeled unstoppable. But for Kevin, hacking wasn't just about technological feats. It was an old-fashioned confidence game that required guile and deception to trick the unwitting out of valuable information. Driven by a powerful urge to accomplish the impossible, Mitnick bypassed security systems and blazed into major organizations including Motorola, Sun Microsystems, and Pacific Bell. Ghost in the Wires is a thrilling true story of intrigue, suspense, and unbelievable escape, and a portrait of a visionary whose creativity, skills, and persistence forced the authorities to rethink the way they pursued him, inspiring ripples that brought permanent changes in the way people and companies protect their most sensitive information. The Metasploit framework makes discovering, exploiting, and sharing vulnerabilities quick and relatively painless. But while Metasploit is used by security professionals everywhere, the tool can be hard to grasp for first-time users. Metasploit. The Penetration Tester's Guide fills this gap by teaching you how to harness the framework and interact with the vibrant community of Metasploit contributors. Once you've built your foundation for penetration testing, you'll learn the framework's conventions, interfaces, and module system as you launch simulated attacks. You'll move on to advanced penetration testing techniques, including network reconnaissance and enumeration, client-side attacks, wireless attacks, and targeted social engineering attacks. In this book, renowned expert Christopher Hadnagy explains the most commonly used techniques that fool even the most robust security personnel and shows you how these techniques have been used in the past. The way that we make decisions as humans affects everything from our emotions to our security. Hackers, since the beginning of time, have figured out ways to exploit that decision-making process and get you to take an action not in your best interest. This new second edition has been updated with the most current methods used by sharing stories, examples, and scientific study behind how those decisions are exploited. Networks and systems can be hacked, but they can also be protected. When the system in question is a human being, there is no software to fall back on, no hardware upgrade, no code that can lock information down indefinitely. Human nature and emotion is the secret weapon of the malicious social engineering. And this book shows you how to recognize, predict, and prevent this type of manipulation by taking you inside the social engineering's bag of tricks. The Red Team Field Manual is a no-fluff, but thorough reference guide for serious Red Team members who routinely find themselves on a mission without Google or the time to scan through a man page. The RTFM contains the basic syntax for commonly used Linux and Windows command line tools, but it also encapsulates unique use cases for powerful tools such as Python and Windows PowerShell. The RTFM will repeatedly save you time looking up the hard-to-remember Windows nuances, such as Windows WMSI and DSCRI command line tools, key registry values, scheduled tasks, syntax, startup locations, and Windows scripting. More importantly, it should teach you some new Red Team techniques. Malware analysis is big business, and attacks can cost a company dearly. When malware breaches your defenses, you need to act quickly to cure current infections and prevent future ones from occurring. For those who want to stay ahead of the latest malware, practical malware analysis will teach you the tools and techniques used by professional analysts. With this book as your guide, you'll be able to safely analyze, debug, and disassemble any malicious software that comes your way. Bug Bounty Bootcamp teaches you how to hack web applications. You will learn how to perform reconnaissance on a target, how to identify vulnerabilities, and how to exploit them. You'll also learn how to navigate bug bounty programs set up by companies to reward security professionals for finding bugs in their web applications. Alright, that's it for the top 10 hacking books of 2024. If you're serious about upping your hacking game, these books are a great place to start. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more awesome cybersecurity content, and let me know in the comments which book you're most excited to check out.